I'm coming with my team from the Norwegian Labour and Welfare Directorate. And what we are doing is we have developed a program where we try to give the social worker some training and teaching in some specified aspects of their work, how to improve methods used in providing welfare services in the Norwegian local welfare offices throughout the country.
And what have you learnt today by joining up with some of your cohorts here in the UK at SCIE this morning?
Oh, first of all, I have learned that we have a lot to share, we have a lot in common, and we have a lot to learn from each other. The response that we get when we try to explain what we are doing in Norway is very positive indeed. On the other hand, when we hear about what Don Forrester is doing in his research, and when you tell about your professionals, how they work in England, we see we have the same challenges, but we still have some of the same possibilities. But there has to be, we have to do some changes maybe in our approaches, how we work and how we work on development of our professionalism and our services, of course.
And you mentioned Don Forrester there, one of the other delegates this morning at the event that you've just been to. And one of the issues that came out was about defining outcomes and whether service users see the outcomes in the same way as people who work in the services, in staff. What was your main sort of conclusion from this morning's discussions on that?
Well, that was a very interesting issue and a discussion, because on one hand we have political goals. We want most people in Norway to be independent and live for and to support themselves from work. Along the way we meet the clients who come to our welfare services and ask questions and have needs and things they want help to change. That is not the same goal as the government or the politicians, and as even we as service providers have. So we have to start to go with them on the way towards maybe a final goal that might be work. But to get there, we have to help them to solve a lot of other problems also, and to do it professionally and effectively.
And so you might say you need to get a job, but they might say, well, actually, that's great in the long term, but something else is in the way first. There's another problem before I can start thinking about getting a job.
Exactly, because we know that a lot of people who have been living on social welfare in Norway for a long time, they are not able to get a job on their own. And only telling them, okay, the next step in your life is to start working, that wouldn't work. So we have to try to understand what is the barriers and how can we work on the things that stops you from getting this job. And this is a challenge, and it has to be professional done to make it work. So understanding and getting experiences and being able to use effective methods in service provision, that is the main question, I think.